Alright, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahushai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahushai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, God Kudash. So that can let me adjust this angle. Again, I don't got on the dungarees coming from the gym. Inside joke, right? I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai. I want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. I want to say a hearty shalom and salutations to the hopeful elect out there. Akim, Tasadakim, that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. I'm the priest Shaman, and this week's topic is going to be entitled "Kick It with Your Peers." And what do I mean, kick it with your peers? I don't mean, I mean associate yourself with brothers in your class. You know, I know at the first it might sound unbrotherly, but let me explain. Of course, you can do shows with, you know, brothers younger than you, but in terms of kicking it, you know, on a weekly basis, it's highly not recommended, man. Just you know, experience and wisdom taught to us by, you know, men that have done that. First of all, what's the main problem with kicking at somebody of a different class than yourself? It's gonna breed familiarity. One of the worst fucking things that could befall a man is familiarity, and that shit is annoying as fuck. What do I mean by familiarity? You know, you've been in this thing a number of years, and you kick it with somebody that just came in because he's probably like your same age or a bit older than you, and that's just naive, man. That's just naive, because what's gonna happen is sooner or later the man is gonna see you as his equal, and when that happens and order has to be established, the order is going to come across different to that person, man. Especially if, you know, you have buddy. That's why the Apostle of Tahar says sometimes you have to be an asshole. Let's take prime example, our Lord Yahweh Shai. He had the elect. Within the elect, he had the 70 elders. Within the 70 elders, he had his 12. Within the 12, he had his 3. Within the 3, he had his 1. So there was certain well, I could just straight up say it, like favoritism. Favoritism. Not sugarcoat the shit. But just, you know, who you associate yourself with, you know? And also when I say kick it with your peers, you know, you also want to kick it with brothers like-minded. Amos 3 and 6, can two walk together lest they be agreed? That's on everything, man. Not only the scriptures, but if you and a brother, y'all might be on the same level, but y'all don't see eye to eye and everything, truly, to avoid contention, the best thing to do is avoid that brother. That doesn't mean that treat that brother like, you know, he's a demon, or treat this guy like, you know, like a damn heathen. But not every spirit is going to gel in this thing. That's why the scriptures laid examples like Paul and Barnabas. They had a great contention. They didn't see eye to eye when they separate ways, and there wasn't no hate, no animosity. All right. And you have also Abraham and Lot, you know, where brothers are, you know, brothers is men of the Lord, brothers is righteous brothers. But they had contention, man. Contention to the point that, look, it only made sense that we go our separate ways. So it is advised, you know, in terms of kicking it on a daily level, you know, just be mindful of that, man. Just be mindful of, I know sometimes you want to be the cool guy and you want to be cool with every single brother, and for some reason that's not happening. And what you want to do is you want to force the river, and it is written in the Apocrypha, force not the course of the river, man. Meaning, if you and a brother don't see eye to eye, no matter, you know, every time y'all click up, some bullshit happens, and y'all just argue, and you still trying to force to be cool, you're forcing the course of the river. Obviously, the river is flowing in, the spirit is flowing in the direction to where you and that brother really just have to, you know, put that to a minimum. All right, sometimes, yeah, a bare minimum. You know, still be brotherly. Of course, you always got to be brotherly. Meaning, what's being brotherly? Treat a man like yourself. So, you know, you see a brother in the gym, he needs help with something, scripture, whatever. You know, we're going to be brotherly to the end. But associating yourself with those that are in a different class, it's only going to breed to pride as well. All right, if you look at school, for instance, man. You don't see a 3rd grader chilling with a 7th grader. If you have a 3rd grader chilling with a 7th grader, just use an example, he's going to look down on other 3rd graders. that example that I'm bringing about, man, it was to feel so heavy years back when, I don't even know the guy, they called him the Turkey from Johannes camp. You know, he was arguing with Apostle Elder Tahar, and he got all up in the apostle's face. The Apostle Elder, he got all up in his face, and the Apostle Elder Tahar asked him how long he been in the truth. He said 6 years. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean, just completely disrespectful, man. I'll tell you one thing, man. If we was to do some shit like that, go up into Priest Daniel face, or, hey, even though we don't see eye to eye with Zabak, you know, I personally and the brother Palau, we saw him on the train, but we ain't doing no dumb shit like that. We just kept our mouth shut, and he knew we was in GMS. Brothers could read each other's spirit. We ain't say shit to him. He ain't say shit to us. But it'll just be out of place, man. I mean, I know that, of course, I'm not saying this dude is righteous and nothing like that, but you just have to know your place, man. You just have to know your place. But if you put a guy on a high pedestal, prime example, that dude that came against the apostle years ago, Johanna put him on a high 6 years, and he's already like some top dude. So that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna see himself as some type of top dude, and totally neglect, his true position in this thing, man, which is that of you're still a young man, despite your age and your physical age. 6 years, it's like, damn, man, compared to like over 20 years, it's just, So that right there, you can see that it's not really good to associate lower peers with higher peers. Not to belittle any brother when I'm coming across. I pray the Most High just, make my point come across clearly to brothers. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm saying sticking with your peers, you stick with those like-minded and stick with those in your class, man. We already have an example of that in the scriptures, and I brought it out. Scriptures also speak about setting your foot too much at your neighbor's house. You know what I'm saying? Setting your foot too much at your neighbor's house, meaning you constantly clicking up with this younger guy. All right, what's gonna happen? They're gonna find faults within one another, man. And the fucked up shit is, if it was a brother in your peer group, the situation could be turned out a lot different than the younger man that you've been clicking up with. You know what I'm saying? And we see a lot of issues arise in the camp because of that, man. All right, a few years in, the guys, certain guys kind of been clicking with the top guys, and that shit gassed them the fuck up, man. And you don't want to be that, man. And to the younger brothers listening, hey, take heed, man. All right, take heed. Even if you find yourself amongst older brothers in the spirit, walk on eggshells, man. Truly, it would be advised for you to just really not even kick it with brothers above you in the spirit too often, man. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it time and time again. It breeds a lack of respect, man. Hey, man, I'll give you another example. This guy, Snoop Dogg. For those who know Snoop Dogg, I believe one of the things he was saying was he was speaking bad about the Elder Gad, man. Here it is, Elder Gad done been in this thing. The apostles done said it, man. I think only Apostle Elder Tahar and Elder Yohanaba was the only one that really was in this thing before him. So he been in this thing a long time. But that guy just coming in, chilling around the elders so often, he started to see him as, that lack of respect totally went out the window. As opposed to if you'd have kept your distance, you'd have that reverence would still be there. Because that familiarity wouldn't be there, man. And also when you stick with somebody like-minded, even of your same class, if you will, if you stick to somebody like-minded, a lot of times, say you guys have different outlooks on things, a lot of times y'all gonna find faults with one another. Amos 3 and 3. So that's just a quick advice to brothers, man. Quick in transit. Not gonna beat a dead horse, man. Just stick to your peers. That's what the Spirit had me do. And so that's what the word wanted to be brought out. So hey, that's that. With that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Kodash, a double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Mills on true well, and salutations to the hopeful elect out there, you Akim, Josadakim, that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Shalom, brothers.